Hi, everyone. I'm Nancy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And if you enjoy our show, please like and subscribe.
And hit that notification bell.
We're also on Instagram at TWiN, and you can also find us on
At
Twitter.
Sit.
Okay, guys, we want to review the Us magazine cover. Last Saturday, I checked my mail, and this is proof that Stephanie and I have been subscribing to this forever, okay? This was on a couple weeks ago. They always put Princess Catherine on the cover. They say Princess Kate. In America, we call her Kate, but Stephanie and I call her Princess Catherine. But anyways, we are diehard readers of Us magazine. This is the demographic. Stephanie and I, okay? West Coast, pop culture, liberals. We are the people that Meghan is trying to talk to right now, okay? She is expecting, I'm an American, I'm in the grocery store, I don't follow the royal family that much, and and I've heard things here and I've heard things there, and blah, 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 blah. I live my daily life, and I don't know much. She's expecting somebody to pick this magazine up and read it, keep it on their coffee table and read it. I got all I'm going to find out my J-Lo, and I'm gonna find out Chloe's in here. Oh, good. Oh, Chris Martin and Dakota are still going strong. Yay. She's expecting, us to pick this up and read it and believe all this horse pucky that's in here. Okay. Now I started reading it and then I stopped because I said I got to read it with everybody, because so far this is the craziest thing I've ever read. Stephanie hasn't read it at all. So we are going to react to the crap that's in here. But again, we are coming from it from a place where Meghan thinks she's going to gaslight America into thinking that she accomplished all this crap and now she's turning over the page. Okay? When we know that's not true.
She wants us to all forget what she did. And now she's going to rebrand herself.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. Because again, we are the ones that subscribe to this stuff, okay? I don't know who you're talking to right now, Meghan, but it's us. It's literally us. Us. Meghan Markle's Life Now, a new brand, Netflix show, and peace at home with Prince Harry and the kids. Right off the bat, what new brand? She never had an old brand.
No.
How can you have a new brand if you haven't had a brand to begin with?
I don't remember ever seeing a brand come out of
Lazy.
Any kind of lazy brand.
Grifter.org. Once upon a time, Meghan Markle was a TV actress who worked on a successful show and ran a popular lifestyle blog called The TIG on the side. Okay, right there. Successful TV show, lifestyle blog called The TIG. Stephanie, you were into lifestyle blogs back then. You loved Rachel Zoe. Was that popular?
No, I don't. I know Rachel Zoe's a goddess.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. I didn't know Meghan Markle was an actress.
In her adopted home of Toronto, Canada, where Suits filmed for 7 seasons. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now, full disclosure. My boyfriend lives in Toronto, and he's super famous. He's a super famous Canadian, and he had never heard of her. She didn't go to the industry parties. She didn't go to the award shows. He had never heard of her in his entire life.
No writer's room?
No. She spent most of her time hanging out with her castmates, practicing yoga, and taking her beagle Guy for walks. Then she met Prince Harry. That is so offensive to poor Bogart because she adopted Bogart first. We have the proof. We have the receipts.
Mentioning one dog.
In 2012, she adopted a puppy named Bogart. And then 5 years later, it was too old to travel.
And what a lie about the castmates. She would hang out with her castmates from Suits. No, we knew what you were doing with Jessica. We knew Jessica. We knew what she was about. We knew what you were doing with Jessica and the husband of Jessica. You were not with your Suits castmates hanging out at Queen Street, going to the local diners. That wasn't happening. We saw you. There are pictures.
Yeah.
We know.
Now, this is all allegedly too,
Well.
and this is all our opinion. This is an opinion show. There's no factual stuff going on. But again,
Speculation.
we are the demographic that Meghan is trying to talk to right now in this Us Magazine article. The pair wed in May 2018 and welcomed son Archie the following year. Meghan had found her Prince Charming. Could you imagine thinking Harry's the Prince Charming out of the two of them, William and Harry?
I did, man. She bamboozled me. I fell for it.
Yeah.
I did. She was divorced. She adopted dogs. I was all for it. Oh, she met her Prince Charming. She's going to have kids later in life. She snowed me.
But life behind palace doors was no fairy tale. There was tension with Prince William and Princess Catherine, and Meghan took a beating in the UK press. Now, that's a lie. That's a lie. And I'll tell you why it's a lie. Because if Meghan had taken a beating in the UK press, Meghan was not famous in America. Had she taken a beating, we wouldn't have known about her. People like Stephanie wouldn't have followed her and posted pictures of her on her Facebook page saying how great she was, or wanted to buy the clothes she did. She would have never penetrated America if the UK press had beat her into submission.
Well, what you're saying right now is wanting the word beating and Prince William and Princess Kate in the same sentence.
Yeah.
That's all that she wanted in this. She's gaslighting us. So get prepared.
Yeah. You're established in one world and then you enter another, and your narrative is dictated by external forces. A family friend shares in the latest issue of Us. Okay, so she's got friends talking to us. She was established in her former world. I'm sorry, guys. This isn't speculation. This isn't allegedly. She was not a famous anything.
She's a famous yacht girl, I think.
Allegedly. Amid intense backlash, Meghan and Harry left the UK in early 2020. They eventually landed in scenic Montecito, California. They purchased their $14 million mansion in July and had their second child, a daughter. While trying to process the events of the previous few years, she and Harry spoke candidly about some of the trauma they say they face within the monarchy. Oh, good Lord. First, in a March 2021 bombshell, I'm glad someone said it, sit down, and again in their hit 2022 Netflix docuseries, Harry and Meghan.
Another interesting sentence. They plugged Oprah and the Netflix documentary all in one little swoop.
Harry covered similar grounds in his more expansive 2023 memoir, Spare. Meanwhile, Meghan shared additional revelations about royal life in her Spotify podcast, Archetypes, until mutually parting ways with the streaming giant in June 2023.
Wait, what was that thing that the guy said about Spotify?
He was on a podcast and he was like, "Oh, you got to get me drunk one night so I can tell you about the time I had a conversation with Prince Harry about a show idea he had." And then he paused and he goes, "Effing grifters."
Oh, that's right. That doesn't sound very mutual.
No. She briefly appeared to take a breather. But in recent months, Meghan's been back in the game full throttle. She's set to launch her lifestyle brand. I'm sorry, I had to laugh at that. She's set to launch her lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, and her new Netflix series centered around cooking, entertaining, and gardening.
Cooking, entertaining, and gardening someone else's home.
Exactly.
I can't wait to watch you do something in other people's houses.
In July, she joined a slew of Hollywood heavyweights, including Reese Witherspoon and Gwyneth Paltrow, at the Hamptons home of power broker Amy Griffin in a one-day business summit. Now, that's a lie. I can prove that to you guys because in a other Us magazine, I recently saw Gwyneth, Cameron, and Reese together, and they did a whole spread on it. It was a whole spread of their day, and not once did they mention the name Meghan Markle.
Let's just be honest. She was invited by the Big Brother billionaire girl who had her own private jet. She was a plus one. Meghan, you were a plus one. You were not invited to the Goop pop-up. You were not invited to the Cameron Diaz wine pop-up. You're not there. Nobody wants you around. You're like kryptonite. So don't start selling us a bill of goods in this article you wrote.
Meghan was there to network, says an insider. She was very kind and humble and eager to learn. This is another problem I have with every time they talk about her. And when I say they, I mean she talks about herself. Humble? You're acting like it's Queen Elizabeth. Oh, she was so humble to come. Or even Princess Catherine. Oh, she was so humble for being a princess.
Yeah. It's those
Humble?
buzzwords that they try to elevate her. She's trying to elevate herself into the royal status. It's not going to work.
Yeah. She's been very busy with her philanthropic endeavors too. In August, Meghan and Harry sat down with CBS News to discuss their new campaign, The Parents Network, which aims to protect kids from online harm. You guys, all it was a way to go to Archwell, give your information again, and really just a couple resources. But do you know how many like parents networks there actually are that are reputable? They have therapists involved with them. Do not trust this crap they put out. And I know I don't need to tell you guys that. And hopefully
do not give your
Yeah, do
information to anything with Meghan and Harry tied to it. Do not.
I mean, that's what she was doing with Aro, starting that website, and she wanted everyone to go on the waiting list.
Ugh.
Hardly anybody did it, and
Yeah.
she was like, oh crap. 2 weeks later, they wrapped up a 4-day visit to Colombia. This is philanthropic, marking their second international tour of the year following their May trip to Nigeria. International tour. I'm looking at this as my chapter of joy. I'm just going to mention this once. I'm not going to do a whole video on it. You know, I went down a rabbit hole. I mentioned it last Sunday on our live. Okay, guys, the word joy has been thrown around in certain circles in America lately. Okay. And I'm not going to put on like a tinfoil hat right now, but there was a certain labor party in the 1930s that used the word joy to control the masses. Now, I was watching the DNC a couple of weeks ago and Oprah came out. I immediately turned off the TV because that's what you got to do when Oprah comes out and she talks. Afterwards, I read that she ended the speech saying, joy.
And let us choose joy.
A little light bulb goes off. This whole article uses the word joy about 50 times. Now, obviously, it's not really 50 times, but what I'm saying is I've heard the word joy a lot in this article. And now go down the rabbit hole if you want. I'm not saying anything. I'm not telling you to do it, but if you want, 1930s, a certain labor party in Europe used the word joy.
I once did a drinking game by myself, and I drank every time Kris Jenner said joy in one episode of Kardashians.
All I want for you is the best, most joyful, peaceful life that you can have. And whatever it takes for me to be a part of that, that's all I want. That's the joy of my life, is you guys.
And I got wasted.
Was that the night we had to pump your stomach at the emergency room?
Yep. I almost died from the word joy. But Kardashians do the same thing.
Yes.
It's all buzzwords.
Well, I've decided that I don't trust anybody that uses that word anymore.
Okay.
I do. I'm sorry,
All right.
Oprah. Meghan has transitioned from actress to royal to entrepreneur, says a second insider. She's worn many hats. Oh my God. But she believes age and experience have prepared her for a bigger purpose in life. She's very happy with her role she's carved out. Carved out? Here, Us talks to insiders close to Harry and Meghan about how she's boldly stepping into her next act. You have to have a first act.
You need some cliff notes, right?
The curtain needs to go up first for you to have a first act.
You need an
and a
opening
second act.
monologue and all that, maybe an opening song, something fun.
Good Lord. It's taken some time for Meghan to process everything that happened after she's married into the royal family. She's been candid about her struggles to fit in within the firm. She and Princess Catherine famously fell out following a disagreement over Princess Charlotte's flower girl dress in the days leading up to the Sussexes' 2018 wedding, and how affected she was by attacks on her in the British media. I believe part of our healing journey, certainly part of mine, is being able to really open up about it, she said in her CBS News interview.
Wow. That section right there, is disgusting to me. She brings up Princess Catherine. She brings up Princess Charlotte. Then she brings up threats against her. Then she talks about the healing journey. I want you guys to all know that didn't all happen right away. Those were all 3 sections that were different from each other. That Jane Pauley interview, she was literally talking about online bullying.
She's really just trying to
So
right now.
that section was just trying to gaslight all of us into thinking, we see Princess Catherine and we see Princess Charlotte. We see threats towards Meghan. And then we see that Meghan's trying to heal.
You know what? I'm going to actually write Us Magazine, and I'm going to say they need to put a warning on this, because this is the problem. Somebody's going to pick this up, and I believe in free speech. I don't believe in censorship, but someone's going to pick this up at the grocery store or the airport, and they're going to read it, and they're getting misinformation right now. They're reading it, and it's brainwashing.
Didn't they just do a whole panel about how misinformation is dangerous?
Yeah, I'm a little worried.
That was dangerous.
Yeah, and they're banning X in Brazil. And they're not gonna ban this crap. Now she's ready to look forward. After Spare, Harry and Meghan realized, okay, we're ready to move on.
Oh, good.
Good. We want to focus on our future, the family friend tells us. Oh, good. When did the Wales family get to focus on their future?
I don't remember that.
When did Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip, after they were called racist, when did they get to focus on their future?
I just don't remember.
We can have meaning and importance separate from the lives we had previously.
I wouldn't want to touch that life in a million years. You went off on the royal family. You lied. Yeah. You know what? Of course you want to separate. Duh.
That means not holding grudges. Who are you talking to, Meghan? You're talking to Prince William right now because you're so scared of him. So much of how I approach things is less about the fight, she said during the August 18th summit in Colombia, and more about how do we show up in the space and wash things over with love and kindness and generosity.
Wow.
Barf. Adds the family friend. Meghan doesn't harbor any negative feelings. Oh, good.
Well, they never gave you anything to feel negative about. They were very warm and welcoming to you.
What more can they do? She just wants peace and knows you can't find peace if you harbor resentments.
Is she talking to her brother?
What about her dad?
Is she talking to her sister?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't. Wait, harbor resentments? She talking to any family member?
Not that I know of. In March, after Princess Catherine revealed her cancer diagnosis,
Meghan
and Harry released a statement saying, "We wish health and healing for Kate." Of course, they said the word Kate, and the family, and hope they are able to do so privately and in peace. The family friend says they are otherwise moving on from royal headlines.
You guys would have nothing without the crown. You would have nothing.
Right
you
now,
would be
the only
nothing.
reason you have this article so you can talk about this.
You have zero.
Meghan's team gets asked daily to comment on stuff that has nothing to do with their lives now. They have left it behind.
Yeah, your team that keeps quitting? Okay.
Okay, sure. A source close to the Sussexes say Meghan has a great group of friends. Of course she does. Who are all successful in their own ways, who she really trusts, in addition to famous pals like Serena Williams and Ellen DeGeneres.
Wow. That's so bizarre. So Serena, who just had that moment at that hotel restaurant where she was entitled to say, oh, they turned us away, blah, blah, blah.
That was bad.
So, and then Ellen DeGeneres, who is one of the most hated celebrities in the world, who not only had a toxic work environments for her employees, but she was harassing the guests when they were on and undermining them. And Ellen just recently went on and said, I am no longer going to be in the public eye. I want nothing. You want to know why? Because you're mean.
Nobody wants
and
you.
These are Meghan's close friends.
Yeah. She also has a group of local moms she sees regularly.
Oh, yeah, the mom squad that sells T-shirts
and jewelry. The first insider says the Duchess has become very close with neighbor and Bumble founder Whitney Wolfe-Hurt, and second source says she's tight with entrepreneur Jamie Kern Lima, founder of IT Cosmetics.
Great.
We've only seen them photographed together once.
Yeah, but look how great that is. Bumble got a plug and IT Cosmetics got a club.
Yeah.
It's all a business. These are not your friends, and we know it. We see you guys.
Harry, meanwhile, has a small group of close friends, says a second source. That's like narcissist 101. You like take the person out of their environment and then isolate, allegedly. Says the second source, noting that he keeps his inner circle tight for understandable reasons. Moving from the UK has been an adjustment for Harry. Though he's come to love his situation in the States, he's always fond of his home country, but the way he views it, his wife and kids are his priority. If that means making sure they're safe and happy in Montecito, then he supports that.
Harry, Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's younger boyfriend, who is also a grifter, allegedly, in my opinion, I have receipts, is not your friend. Stop going on ski dates with him. This guy's bad news. Yes, the election's going on right now. Everybody's got a lot going on. But the Puff Daddy P. Diddy stuff, that's still happening. We're not forgetting Kardashians. We're not forgetting Corey Gamble. You guys are mixed up in that.
Yeah.
So, Harry, your choice of friends is you're not thinking clearly. Go back to the UK, dude.
Being a mom is the most important thing in my entire life. Meghan gushed last October during a World Mental Health Day event. Yeah, she said that in front of a bunch of parents whose kids are no longer with them. The family friend says Meghan and Harry are hands-on parents to those kids and want them to have normal childhoods. They take the kids to school, they pick them up, and they're very active and present with them throughout the day. The friend says the Sussexes keep the kids out of the spotlight for their own safety.
No.
That's a lie.
I can't. This is the part of the article where I'm going to get angry. Meghan is putting a bounty on those kids' heads, and she knows it. If she would have been open and honest with us from the beginning, because your husband is the prince of the realm. So, yes, the public would like to see the children. You blurt out the faces for the Christmas cards. You're always at a side angle.
Yeah.
You're making the kids not be safe. And that's a classic narcissistic parent thing.
And that
she's waiting for it.
And you know that, Meghan, because you study paparazzi pictures. You know how to get the press's attention. I'm sorry, but you read these Us magazines just like we did growing up. And what I'm saying is Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt made a really good point when they put their kids on the cover of People magazine. They said this because we want to keep our kids safe. We're doing this so you guys have the picture.
Right.
You've seen them.
Right.
You've got every angle of them. It's done. And it did. It took a bounty off their head.
You know, a lot of people are going, oh, well, it's not going to matter when they show them. It will. The first pictures will matter. And she's waiting for that paycheck. I don't know if it's going to be before or after the divorce or whatever separation, but I'm telling you guys, it's going to be worth a lot of money.
It's insurance.
Yeah.
I think every parent wants to share their kid with the world, but they just can't, explains the friend, referencing Harry's battle for enhanced security in the UK. William's kids, for example, have way more safety, even though they're recognizable. And the same doesn't apply to Meghan and Harry's children. They know the world wants to see them, but I would expect them to live smaller lives until that gets sorted out, if it ever does. Okay,
what's sorted out? The financial agreement to the picture?
This is what they want sorted out. They want the security back. And they're
for
basically
optics,
for optics,
not for security,
because
but for optics.
They like to walk into parties like Kevin Costner's house or whatever, and they like to have a team of security. It makes you look more important. Hey, I'm not saying it wouldn't be a bad gig, walking in and always having like people at the door. And especially Meghan got used to it when she was living in the UK, so it's hard to let go of that life, and Prince Harry too. But what I'm saying, for you to say that Prince William, whose children are the heirs to the throne, who will eventually have heirs themselves, are more safe than Harry and Meghan's kids right now, is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life. That's basically saying Prince William and Prince Harry growing up, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie were less safe
They're in danger.
because they're are you kidding me right now?
That's what they're trying to feed us, and they're gaslighting us, and it's not going to work. Anyone who falls for this, you're
a
missing
moron.
half
You're
your
a
brain.
Yeah, you really are. Like, I'd love to talk to you because you really are missing half your brain. Because I'm telling you, like, we are appealing to the people that buy Us magazine and are reading for this for the first time and are not up to date with their we're telling you guys, you know us. This is Nancy and Stephanie, West Coast liberals. We're telling you guys, she's lying right now. As for explaining their royal heritage to the kids, they'll have those conversations in due time, says the friend, noting that they want the kids to be loved for who they are as individuals. They are so well-mannered. Archie is sweet and curious and playful, and the other one is vibrant and happy. During the August 18th panel in Columbia, Meghan proudly declared that Betty has found her voice. Individuals. So why did you give them titles?
Yeah, take their titles away.
You live in America. There's
Putting
no
them
reason
in a box.
There's no reason for titles. Meghan, you've shown that you don't want to go back to the UK. Don't give them titles.
And this also just proves, remember that picture that Miss Ann took at Betty's first birthday party?
Yeah.
Meghan was so upset over that because do you guys remember the comments? And they weren't mean comments. They were just saying, oh my God, that looks exactly like your half brother Thomas.
And her dad.
And her dad.
Yeah.
I mean, she was so upset that that baby did not look like a Spencer and sound like a Spencer and walk like a Spencer. She was upset.
And Princess Charlotte is looking more and more
Right.
like the queen every day.
Why do you guys
And
think that
it's
she's not
crazy.
showing any pictures of the little girl yet? Because she's waiting for the kid to grow up. She's going to obviously monetize the child. But at the same time, she's not happy with the outcome. That kid has Markle. It's all Markle.
And we feel bad for the kid because growing up with a narcissistic parent, that's got to be tough. You know, it's like if we had come out and dad would be disappointed that we didn't have blonde hair and blue eyes
Yeah,
like
it's
him.
sad.
Like, how sad is that? Oh,
Yeah.
you got your mother's
No,
dominant
that's exactly.
Sicilian genes. Oh, you know.
Because Archie kind of looks like Harry, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that was the safe bet. But man, the way she's treating that little girl, God bless her.
Yeah. According to the second source, Meghan and Harry are happy as parents of two as they continue to work with their Archwell Foundation and focus on launching their business ventures. Afterwards, who's to say, adds the source, but I think the focus is very much on raising their two children. As she continues forging ahead with her life, Meghan wants to surround herself with people who have her best interests at heart. Her estranged father, Thomas, doesn't fit the bill. Whoa. The former lighting director famously staged paparazzi photos of a British tabloid back in 2018. He's since publicly apologized, but there's no going back for Meghan, who said in 2021, I genuinely can't imagine doing anything to intentionally cause pain to my child. So it's hard for me to reconcile that, says the first insider. Meghan still has no contact with her dad. She does not plan on having a relationship with him, and he has not met his grandchildren. That ship has sailed. There you have it. She's
Well,
never going to see her dad again.
Wait, what happened to not holding grudges? Didn't we just read that? She
Yep.
said holding grudges is not healthy. We have to make peace. We have to forgive. Didn't she just say that in the first one?
We have receipts. We have proof of video we did. I'll put the link in the description below. Doria and Meghan were staging pap pictures
Way before Thomas.
way before
Mr.
Thomas,
Markle.
before they got engaged. We have proof. We have concrete proof. So why wasn't she mad at Doria? I'll tell you why she wasn't mad at Doria, because Doria is controllable. You can control Doria with money.
Yep.
Doria does not care about Meghan.
No.
She does not care about her grandchildren, if they exist, allegedly. She doesn't care.
This
So
is the
it's
man
easy.
that raised her and financed her entire life. She wouldn't be where she is right now without him. And she's going, that ship sailed, but you know what? I'm gonna forgive King Charles
But
for being racist.
Yeah, like
The
doing
racism
that.
stuff I can forgive.
Putting our life in, like, if Meghan and Harry truly believe that taking security away from them, and it is King Charles and Prince William who are telling Parliament to do it, if it really is them, then that's putting danger to their lives. Isn't that worse than staging paparazzi pictures, Meghan?
Yeah, she's full of it.
Harry remains a constant source of support. They're so in sync. Adds a friend. Throughout their relationship, they've stood together no matter what. The second source says that enjoying downtime as a couple is how they maintain a positive mindset and stay motivated to do their best work. It's rooted in the bonds they share together.
Grifting bonds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
at the beginning, they were really good at it. Think about it. They walked into America with a Netflix deal, book deals, cooking shows, Spotify. Yeah, they're really good at grifting together. The problem is now that's all crumbling down. They're not as good at it. We're all figuring things out.
The Sussexes enjoy the pace of Montecito, where there's an element of privacy and they're able to live relatively normal life compared to what they faced in the UK. See, this was the problem. They didn't get enough attention in the UK. Meghan hated that. Still, they prefer keeping things low-key. Meghan tends to her garden, and the pair hit the hiking trails and cook together, adds the second source. It's a California lifestyle.
Brand.
Finding joy in her work. There's not much time to dwell on the past when you've got work to do. Meghan and Harry, who started their Archwell Foundation in October 2020, are happy to focus on projects they are passionate about, as opposed to being given projects to do.
Yeah, they don't like work.
No one's offering them anything.
They just basically said, listen, in those 72 days when we had to serve our country and serve the Commonwealth
and the Queen.
Yeah, we didn't want to do it because we weren't passionate about it. That's exactly what they're saying.
Their work is more personal. In addition to the Parents Network, Meghan is dedicated to her Welcome Project, which she lifted. She did not come up with that, which helps empower. Yeah, we've all heard about that one. She couldn't be more excited about RO, which sources tell us is likely to launch around her Netflix series, which reportedly will be released early next year. RO will likely be very much in line with who Meghan is as a person. A failure.
A fraud.
A big fat failure and fraud. Says the second source, she loves hosting events, and she's very thoughtful about how she treats her guests whenever they come over. In April, celeb pals like Kris Jenner, Chrissy Teigen, Mindy Kaling, Garcelle Beauvais, and and Tracy Ellis Ross got a sneak peek when Meghan sent them the first taste of the brand, jars of strawberry jam nestled inside baskets of fresh lemons. That is false, us. They were not fresh lemons. And it was a little iffy on what that jam really did contain, because it was so gross.
Crazy that there were 50 that went out, and those were the only ones that came through.
Where did the 50 go?
Where'd the 50 go?
I mean, you
still
gotta think,
wanting those names.
You got like Oprah, Gayle, Kim. I'm sure Beyonce was in there. You got
Jill Biden.
Jill Biden. You got there's a ton.
Serena.
I could say Serena didn't do it because her cosmetics line had just come out, and she wasn't going to do
50.
Her Netflix series is going to take on her and the joy of living. See, guys, I'm telling you that word joy. Reveals the third source. Oh, there's a third source now. Adding that the show will include little things she learned in terms of being a modern day hostess. That's very Wallace Simpson talk of her. There are rumors of cameos from Harry, and the source promises fans can expect to see familiar faces from pop culture to culinary to beauty. We're going to get a Kardashian sighting for sure.
Oh, I hope
for
so.
sure.
I hope
it.
Kris Jenner walks in there with her lemon dress and just starts making like lemonade.
I'm looking forward to this show. I got to be honest with you, because
we're going to watch it so you don't have to. Just like we're reading this so you don't have to.
Seriously, the laugh lines we're going to get from
But
this.
also, it's so interesting. We're going to be able to see Meghan in her own environment and who she is as a person. But it's not her house.
No.
It's not actually her own friends.
Mm-mm.
And it's not even her own kitchen or garden.
No.
So how are we seeing Meghan?
Not currently on the Duchess radar, running for office. Okay. Returning to acting or writing a memoir. Yeah, because she's waiting for the divorce. If she puts out a memoir now,
just be nice.
She's got to be nice and be happy. She can't do that. If you're going to be grateful for your life, you have to be grateful for all aspects of it. The parts that were opportunities of growth and may have felt really difficult, as well as parts that feel joyful and full.
Joy.
Meghan said during an onstage conversation in Colombia, she said a lot in Colombia that the camera didn't pick up. The former actress understands she's been given a rare opportunity. She knows her life would be extraordinarily different if she did not marry who she married, explains the family friend. There is a privilege and so much room to do good. Why haven't you done it? She wants to meet the moment and make good on her fortune. Meghan's been candid about her struggles to fit in with Harry's family and the stuffiness of the monarchy. Tell
Yeah.
that to Zara.
They don't hug.
Yeah,
They don't hug. They can't stand each other. They're not affectionate.
They're awful people. I started to understand very quickly that the formality on the outside carried through the inside. That is such a mean thing to say about someone.
So
carried
mean.
God, I remember her saying that on Netflix. The friend notes it was challenging for Meghan to be herself in the royal household. Most people are not really allowed to be themselves. If you've watched The Crown, I think that's pretty understood.
What?
Did somebody just compare The Crown to the royal family? You guys realize that's fiction, right? You guys realize
I
that,
know,
right?
but it proves that Meghan is writing this, because we all remember when James Corden had Harry on that double-decker bus going through LA. James asked him, "Do you watch The Crown?" And Harry goes, "Oh yeah, I love it." So whoever's again, this is all a Netflix gross grifting article written by them. It's gross.
Now she can be whoever she wants. Good luck.
Well, there's so many sources. It's like she's got 18 different personalities on this.
Good luck.
It's like Sybil at the Switch.
There's air and space and room, explains the family friend. She can just be who she is. Okay, guys. Wait, before I go on. Remember when she did archetypes for Spotify? And the whole thing started with her going, "This is just my way to be me. I can actually use my voice.
Hi,
and be
I'm me.
Hi,
I'm me. I'm me."
People should expect the real me in this, and probably the me that they've never gotten to know. Certainly not in the past few years, where everything is through the lens of the media, as opposed to, hey, it's me. I'm just excited to be myself and talk and be unfiltered, and yeah, it's fun.
What happened to that, Meghan? As Meghan herself said in Columbia on August 18th, there's something so liberating about being able to be yourself and be comfortable in your skin and be surrounded in a space that is excited to see you exactly the way you are. So that's the end of the actual article. But then it's got like the insets in it, like, like who her inner circle is. They've got I'm shocked they put Abigail Spencer in there because she's kind of a nobody. But they got Tyler.
Kind of. They have
Jamie.
They have Gwyneth Paltrow's picture up there, like they're friends.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Okay. Gwyneth is going to quadruple down on this now that this was put in. Because the fact that Gwyneth went out of her way to make sure that Meghan was not at that Hamptons pop-up shop.
And also Betty's birthday party. She went out of her way to go to the botanical gardens.
That's what I was going to say. But now she's going to triple down because you don't want to mess with Gwyneth. I hear she's like the biggest, nicest mean girl in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, something will come out of this.
Yeah, she's going on about that. They went on a sushi date.
Remember with Cameron Diaz?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like we saw the back of Cameron's head, and then we didn't even see Brad and Gwyneth.
Yeah.
This is all in her imagination. I mean,
know.
it really is. And then she's got Serena up there, but that little insert, that really got my goat.
Yeah. Okay, guys, that is the Us Magazine article. Share it with your American friends who still believe this crap and let us set them straight.
Nobody believes this. There can't be anyone this stupid.
I
just can't imagine.
I don't know. There are some stupid people out there,
I
though.
guess. I mean, we are in political season, so.
Yeah. Today's animal rescue is Last Chance Angels. This place is great. I was reading about this place, and it's this woman, and she started this second chance dog rescue back in 2009. And not only was she, pulling animals out of high kill shelters, she then started realizing how many senior dogs and terminally ill dogs are dumped in city shelters. there's a special place in hell for people like that. But what I'm saying is she wants to do something about this. She also started a hospice for animals. You guys, I want you to go on and read about this place. Last Chance Angels, okay?
They senior dogs can live very, very, very beautiful last years. They really can.
And they deserve it.
They don't need to be euthanized right away. They can live very peaceful, happy. They can have joy when they wake up. Wag their tails till the end. My Luna wagged her tail to the very end.
Oh, yeah.
Till the very end, and then took her last breath. These senior pets need us.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Last Chance Angels, and we will definitely share that with everybody.
Please share with friends and family. Give them some love if you can. And just amazing rescue, just amazing. So, okay, guys.
Well, that gave me a headache.
Yes.
Reading that crap.
Some fresh air.
Don't fall for it. It's all gaslighting, but it was just interesting to read her words.
Yeah.
It really is. It's like you kind of get into the mindset of that because People is Kardashian, TMZ is Kardashian, Us Magazine is Kardashian, and we all know where she's going. So, wow.
And the word joy.
Joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart to stay. And if the devil doesn't like it, he can sit on attack. Ouch! Sit on attack. Ouch!
Okay, guys, bye.
Love you.